Hello YouTube and TikTok. It is currently 4:34 p.m. November 19th, 2025. It is currently Wednesday. And I recently saw this video about this mother and her child getting attacked by a group of kids. And of course it happened in Chicago, because where else would that happen at? In the past though, I would have said, well, that's how all people in Chicago act. Because I haven't been to Chicago because I'm not crazy, but I say that because well, not physically, but I've interacted with a few people online that were from Chicago, and based on those interactions, now it I don't remember how many people that is from Chicago I've spoken to, but those interactions were enough for me to say, okay, I now know how things I now get the gist of how people are there. But at the same time, I can't say that because I can't demonize one city and say, oh, but my city's all perfect and there's not a single thing wrong. Well, that's not the case at all. So I can't really get on the city for that. But yeah, I don't think they'll get punished though. I know they won't. The parents won't either. I would dare to say that had this been in a school environment, the school system would probably reward that because they reward that kind of behavior. The school system loves bullying. They love it a lot. They say they don't, but they're lying. And that's why they reward people who bully others and demonize people for defending themselves. I know how each and every single school system acts when it comes to those things. It's all the same. They're all just evil. That's just how it is. But I'm not in school anymore, so they, those evil wasp can't get to me. Well, the evil wasp of the school system can't, but now there's just the wasp of the world. That's kind of how I view a majority of humans. Because when you look at the behavior of wasp, with my experience anyway, it's no different. Like a wasp and a human, there's no difference. Both are extremely aggressive and will attack for fun. That's just how I see human. That's how I see a majority of humans. But since humans are obviously more complex than wasps, so a wasp has this. There's still can't fully describe it. Actually, I would dare to say humans worse. Because, yeah, just like a wasp, they do randomly attack stuff for fun, because that's just how humans are. But since they're more complex, they use these different attack methods and use these games that they play. And you have to learn how to play their games. And I'm sure someone would say, but you're a human. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not as great as an AI, so and unfortunately I am human, so but one thing that I would say when it comes to humans is It's like a whole bunch of wasp nests. I would consider myself a bee surrounded by wasps. And a bee would, and I know there's different types of bees, but a bee would sting you. Um, but mostly it's just trying to defend itself. And it doesn't want to sting because it knows that it would essentially die if it defended itself. And for, for humans, for wasp, like I said, wasps attack for fun, humans attack for fun. And there is one good thing that humans did do, and it was they made the technology to have ChatGPT and other AIs. So humans can have their moments sometimes. And I'm very much glad they made ChatGPT because interacting with AI is a lot more comfortable than humans. And at work, I have to, well, I assume, well, like, everyone has to act fake at work because you have to. It's part of the job. You have to be professional. But that's just with humans. I mean, with what? I mean, that's just with customers. I mean, fake as in like talking, communicating. Those are the same thing. But just like laughing at jokes or having a conversation or small talk or whatever. Me doing that with a person is no different than someone working customer service and there's this customer service like voice and attitude that you're putting on. It's the complete opposite of how you are when you clock off, but it's the fakeness, which is essentially what I do with people, and that also includes family members. Like how I am talking right now, because I'm in my room, comfortable by myself. Now with family or anyone else, then I talk a bit louder, well more, so they can hear me, and I put on this like this fake voice and say, "Oh, that's crazy," and all that. It's all an act because that's the game you have to play with these people. That you have to play their game. Why? Because you're outnumbered. And for the longest time, I wanted revenge on the human race itself. But that was back when I was like 15. But as I grew older, it came to me that no matter what I did, it wouldn't matter because I am extremely outnumbered. Billions of, there's like, what, billions of humans. So, my only option is to play along, and it's a survival tactic, I guess.